Yo, G-I-B-B-O, that's the moniker, man's on a mission. Got a weird walk like a pigeon on commission through the council estate. He's moving with pace, got a crew of old geezers right on his case. Switching up outfits quick like a flick. 1 minute he's a Bobby next to geezer with a stick. He's dodging and weaving through the market store mess. He's got a big grin and a cheeky little vest. It's Gibbo, mate, I'm on my Benny Hill now. Chasing everybody through the whole damn town. With a ding-ding sample, yeah, you know the drill. The whole manor's running from Gibbo Hill. He's on your tail, can't get away. He'll chase you till the end of the day. See him skanking through the high street with a purpose, yeah, tripping over curbs, but he just doesn't care. He's got a whole posse, a flash mob of fools breaking all the rules. He's a milkman, a butcher, a postie on a spree. He's a man of 100 faces, can't you see? 1 minute he's a flirting with the ladies in the park. Next he's running from a vicar in the dark. It's Gibbo, mate, I'm on my Benny Hill now. Chasing everybody through the whole damn town. With a ding-ding sample, yeah, you know the drill. The whole manor's running from Gibbo Hill. He's on your tail, can't get away. He'll chase you till the end of the day. Now watch him pull a trick, alright, proper stunt. He'll swap his suitcase for a rubber duck punt. He'll slip on a banana, then get up to salute. Still a traffic cone and wear it as a boot. He's hiding in a phone booth, but his bum's sticking out. He's got a water pistol making everyone shout. He's painting a fake door on a brick, will you see? Then he'll run right through it, faster than a flame. It's Gibbo, mate, I'm on my Benny Hill now. Chasing everybody through the whole damn town. With a ding-ding sample, yeah, you know the drill. The whole manor's running from Gibbo Hill. He's on your tail, can't get away. He'll chase you till the end of the day. Yeah, Gibbo Hill, the dawn of the chase.
Hello, sorry about that. My StreamYard's doing things again. I'll come up on here before I come up on the screen, and then I have to wait for the mic. Anyway, so let's welcome in Karen Hicks. Welcome. Welcome. Sloofy, sweetheart. Now, I will drop your link in a bit. I'm just going to go through everyone first. Sloofy Sweetheart has a channel. She puts up short videos, and also she'll put up anything regarding court cases and that. And hopefully we can convince her to start doing lives again. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. Aurora, yeah, one of the channel members. Thank you for the memberships. And yeah, make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe, because it's important. You might miss something. Okay, Jinx. So while we just wait for a few people to come in, because I don't want to repeat myself and things like that, today's case is this woman here. Sorry, little girl here. There we are, maybe. This little girl was murdered by these two rats on the left. Yeah, these two rats, that's stepdad and mom. Absolute rats. You're going to hear disgusting things while we're covering this. So I will say to you, I don't think I have a trigger warning. Let's just, yeah, we do. Yeah. Oh God, what have I done? There we go. There we go. Trigger warning, ladies and gentlemen. This is from Kansas City. This is Willow. Now, her last name is Ruggiero Corbin, but I took Corbin out because that's Mom's last name, and Mom doesn't deserve to be put me back on screen. Yeah, a little cutie. They all are. It's sad. So I've got my trigger warning. Let's get into it. Let's start by reading. 5-year-old girl was badly wounded, burned, and left to die. Affidavit alleges. Leah Corbin and her boyfriend Kyle Vale are accused of murdering Corbin's daughter. So, this thing on the screen is doing me head in. Nobody cares about your top stories. Anyway, need to know. A Kansas mother and her boyfriend are accused of killing her 5-year-old daughter, who was badly wounded and suffered apparent burns. Leah Corbin and Kyle Vale are both charged with murder and child abuse, among other felonies. When Susie's in the house. Have you fed your husband? Uh, when first responders saw the victim, she was naked and wrapped in a blanket. A Kansas mother and her boyfriend are charged with murder after the woman's 5-year-old daughter died after suffering multiple injuries and apparent burns. The court records indicate that Leah Corbin and Kyle Vale are both charged with first-degree murder and child abuse, among several other charges. I've got the affidavit. We can go over it. According to an affidavit obtained by the people, Corbin called 911 in Topeka, Kansas, on January the 27th, so the day after my birthday, this happened, to report that she thought her daughter was not breathing, but authorities said, she's alive, she's alive, she's alive. The dispatcher then asked Corbin if her daughter was struggling to breathe. I thought she wasn't breathing, Corbin replied. I don't know what happened. When I go check on her, when I went to check on her, because she was quiet. When first responders arrived, the girl was naked and wrapped in a blanket. The affidavit states she was taken to the hospital where she died later that day. Yes, he's fed and relaxed in his recliner. Good, good, good. Now we're going to do the dishes. Where was we? Ruckus is out at the pub, ladies and gentlemen. He's just messaged me to say it's a nice place. According to police, the girl had severe bruising on the body, swollen eyes, bleeding on the head, possible burns covering a large portion of the body. Speaking to the police, Vale allegedly claimed the girl had a history of pouring soap on herself, and that if they washed it off quickly enough, it looked like she had burn marks on her body. Vale also allegedly said the girl had a mental episode earlier that day, but when police searched the apartment, they allegedly found that the conditions were unsanitary. Officers observed a bottle of peroxide sitting on the sink of the bathroom, and a bathtub that was half full of room temperature water. Police wrote in the affidavit cigarette butts were observed on the bathtub ledge. They also allegedly found a white bucket with what appeared to be urine that was in the closet, and presumed blood splatter confirmed by presumptive testing was seen from the front right corner of the closet with an upwards trajectory on the ceiling, as well as human feces in bags. Authorities further alleged that the girl appeared to have suffered cigarette burns. Both Vale and Corbyn, with multiple felonies, it's not immediately clear if either has entered a plea. If you suspect child abuse, call the Help National Child Abuse Hotline 1-800 4 child or 1-800 422 4453 1-800 422 4453 or go to www.childhelp.org. All calls are toll free and confidential. The hotline is available 24/7 in more than 170 languages. Okay, so let me just go back over to StreamYard and see what you guys are saying. Willow was 5 years old. Jinx, 5 years old. Hang on, let me get these. Let me get their mugs on the screen. So there they are. Look at them. Not exactly a pretty couple, are they? Now, I don't know how true it is. I'm guessing it's true. Dad is supposedly very, very distressed. So if you do know him and you're in the area, please reach out to him and show him some support. Do not. Good audio now. What do you mean good audio now? Okay. Such a cutie. Hi, everyone. Susie's in the house. Any questions? Now, I did want to, instead of, because I've got a clip from Law and Crime where they have a lawyer on and we're going to play that in a bit because, well, a lawyer's going to know better than me. But I did plan to have Lee on as a guest because who better to talk about this than Lee? I was going to ask her a few questions that I'd not noted down beforehand, but unfortunately, Lee no longer loves us. Yeah, she hates us. No, Lee's very busy today, so as you can appreciate, she's a very busy woman. But she makes time to come here when she can, which we're grateful for. But tonight's not that day, so everybody pray that Lee gets through whatever it is she's got to get through, and whatever deadline it is, because there's normally a deadline with her jobs. Jinx says, I hate having a mouse. Well, kind of, because I made him lick the spoon covered in mashed potatoes. Okay. Miss Dogs. I don't see Miss Dogs. Oh, there she is. Late. Yep. That's a sanction there, ladies and gentlemen. Right there is a sanction. Yeah. Where is everybody tonight? It's just the way it is. Paulie's works around about now. It's just the way it is. It's why I no longer have the mods because we don't have as many people in the chat as we used to, mainly down to Mustang's slander. Here we are. Here we are. What's this? Is it going to come up on the screen or what? Hey, I do the sanctions around these parts. Lee is the Relio. Okay, whatever that means. So Lee's the Relio, according to yeah, mustard. According to Rescue. I think Rescue's on drugs, but you know, we won't judge you. Okay, so I'm going to start. Let me first take this off because otherwise I'm going to scramble my StreamYard. I am going to start playing this when it gives me the option to. There we go. Okay. I'm just waiting on it to come on the screen. Okay, on your screen. I have literally no idea what's going on. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to play this. Have a cigarette while I'm doing it. Please listen. We'll stop and talk about things as and when we need to.
Ruggiero Corbin endured is torture. I'll tell you about the horrific allegations and the charges her, her mom and the boyfriend now face. I'm Anjanette Levy, and this is Crime Fix.
Okay, so it's not playing that way. Let me try another way. Hold up. Hold up. Let's get that off. This is crazy. Why am I so small as well? Um, it's not doing anything. I don't know what's going on. Removed from studio. Finally. Right. Let's try this way because this is really good actually. Da, da, da. Okay, everything's mega slow. I must have, yeah, Susie. Everything was running smooth, just. I don't understand what's going on. I had Aurora's pretty little face on my screen and everything. Trying to remain. Okay. Okay, I got it. Okay. Here we go, guys. It's crazy how much stuff you have. It is the hat. I'm telling you, it's the hat. We will get there in the end. Okay, so scrap that. Don't need that one on. Stop sharing that. Present. It's going to send me around in circles now. It keeps jumping out. I don't know why it keeps jumping to that one. Share screen. Willow case. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, let's get this on the road now. Oh.
A little girl is dead, and now her mom and her mom's boyfriend are behind bars, accused of murdering her. The abuse, police say Willow, Ruggiero, Corbin endured, is torture. I'll tell you about the horrific allegations and the charges her mom and the boyfriend now face. I'm Anjanette Levy, and this is Crime Fix. Staying on top of the news is crucial, but with media bias these days, who knows what to believe? So I want to introduce you to our sponsor, Straight Arrow News. Straight Arrow News is a personalized news platform that gives readers fact-based journalism to inform news. Go to san.com/crimefix or just click the link in my description. Straight Arrow News. Skip the drama. Get the facts. Welcome back to trustworthy journalism. Willow Ruggiero Corbin was only 5 years old. Her family described her as a bright light with a magical presence. She loved Moana and radiated joy. Her life was too short. On January 27th, Willow died. And now her mom, Leah Corbin, and Corbin's boyfriend, Kyle Valley, are charged with torturing Willow and murdering her. The case takes us to Topeka, Kansas, the state's capital. On January 27th, police say Leah Corbin called 911 and could be overheard telling a man in the background that she didn't think Willow was breathing. An arrest affidavit lays out what police say happened when Leah Corbin called 911. Leah stated, "She's alive, she's alive, she's alive." When dispatch asked if her daughter was having trouble breathing, Leah said, "I thought she wasn't breathing. I don't know what happened. I went to go check on her because she went quiet." Leah said she thought Willow was not breathing, but she was breathing. This is a serious emergency call. Little 5-year-old girls, they don't typically just stop breathing. Willow needed help. The affidavit paints a grim picture. It states, when officers arrived on scene, the front door to the apartment building was locked. Kyle was then seen bringing Willow up to the front door to the building. Willow was naked and wrapped in a blanket. AMR and TFD began administering aid to Leah on the front steps of the building. Officers observed obvious trauma to Willow, to include what looked like severe bruising on the body, swollen eyes, bleeding on the head, possible burns covering a large portion of the body. Officers asked Kyle what happened to Willow. Kyle stated that Willow has a history of pouring soap on herself, and if they don't wash it off her quick enough, that she would get what looks like burn marks on her, which he described as baked chicken. Kyle said that he received a phone call from Leah at around 10:30 this morning stating that Willow was having a mental episode, pouring soap on herself and hitting her head against the wall. The affidavit goes on to describe what the officer said Leah Corbin told them, including that Willow had an aversion to water and didn't like to take baths. Leah said when Willow refused to take a bath, she sent her to her bedroom and about. But that story didn't really seem to jibe with what the officers found at the apartment, and that included deplorable conditions and pieces of what looked like skin in the bathtub. According to the officers, Leah Corbin was very calm and didn't show emotion when her daughter was not breathing, and she wasn't asking about Willow's condition. Police.
To start a podcast with Riverside, all you need is a concept and a way to record it. Here's how it works.
Police would describe Willow at the hospital as emaciated, and doctors suspected she was the victim of severe abuse. The officer wrote, Leah said she made Willow sit in there, unsure where. She said Willow went really quiet. She claimed this to be normal. However, Leah said this was too quiet, and she went to check on Willow. Officer Shearkalk asked how long it was before she checked on Willow, and Leah said, 30 minutes. Leah said that Kyle had gone to the store. Leah said she found Willow not moving. She said she called Kyle to make sure I wasn't panicking because I panic easily. She said Kyle returned and confirmed Willow was not breathing. She said they then called 911. Fire personnel came inside to check to see if they could determine any obvious chemical smells or anything to tell them what it was. Fire personnel seemed to think that the water in the closet smelled like laundry detergent. There were multiple Green Gain laundry detergent containers inside of Willow's room. Sergeant James showed fire personnel the possible skin pieces in the bathtub, and they believed it to be skin as well. The apartment conditions were deplorable. There was trash and clutter all over. There were cigarette butts and other trash scattered about. Sergeant James saw a pipe on the table next to the bed in the living room. It had white residue and burn marks. I'll have more on the pipe later. Police also described what they found in the bathroom of the apartment. The officer wrote, the bathroom shower curtain had what appeared to be blood spatter on the inside of it and several drops around the tub ledge and base. A yellow Scrub Daddy scrubber sponge on the ledge of the tub had what appeared to be dried skin stuck to it. A mop bucket in the living room had the same apparent dried skin on its edges at water level. Multiple paddles, both makeshift and as described in statements, were located, as well as numerous items used to secure the closet door shut. A trash bag in the hallway contained approximately 50 plus plastic grocery sacks, all individually tied shut with apparent human feces in them. Of note, the toilet appeared to be in working order. Bloody clothing, towels, and other items were collected. Multiple items to be used for physical restraint were also located. The affidavit continues. A blood detection reagent was used in the bathroom to look for any signs of possible blood. Preliminary testing shows that possible blood was located in the tub base, on the tub ledge, and down the side of the tub. It should be noted that the reagents react to proteins found in blood, and just because there is a blue bioluminescent glow does not mean that there is a presence of blood. Only the proteins that can be found in human blood. Police say they tested the water temperature in the bathtub, and it was 137. Found a closet with a wooden barricade. The officer wrote, multiple bottles of dish soap were found throughout the apartment. Used green tape and 2 Velcro straps were found in and outside of Willow's closet. A white bucket with what appeared to be urine was in the closet, as well as a purple striped sock. Presumed blood spatter confirmed by presumptive testing was seen from the front right corner of the closet with an upwards trajectory and on the ceiling. Large portions of this affidavit are redacted. There is discussion about videos, interviews with both Leah Corbin and Kyle Valley, and what the said. And there are also text messages between the two in which they discuss Willow not being worth it. And Kyle Valley spoke with law enforcement. That portion of the affidavit also redacted are text messages between Kyle and Leah. Police say they found messages between the two dating to the beginning of December. Some messages discuss Willow being beaten. Leah Corbin and Kyle Valley face a number of charges, including I'd like to bring in Randy Kessler. He is a trial attorney based in Georgia and has been commenting on cases for years and years. Randy, thank you so much for joining me. I'm sorry this is such a horrific case for us to discuss. Your first thoughts on this poor little girl, Willow, and the case in general. I mean, it sounds like the police are saying that they believe she was tortured by her mother and her mother's boyfriend.
I mean, it is horrific. You know, unfortunately, I think almost every case, you know, I've seen.
Okay. Susie, I'm moving again. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. I mean, I pre-recorded it just in case we had any issues, but I should have just broke it down and put it in the media assets. Anyway, what was I going to do? I want to show you something. Share this tab instead. We heard how it's heavily redacted. Let me show you just how heavily redacted it is. This is 32 pages long. Now, some are photos, which are understandable to be redacted, but just look at this. This is so heavily redacted. There she is, look. There she is. Such a pretty young little girl. She should be living free life. Now, I believe she wasn't even registered at school. I believe they said that she wasn't even registered at the local school. But just look at this. Absolutely shocking. Now, is it that bad they don't want the public to see until the trial? Is it that they've done it for other reasons? We don't know. But look at these charges. Look at these charges. Okay. Murder in the first degree, in the commission of a felony, abuse of a child, reckless, great bodily harm, abusive, head trauma, permanent disability, aggravated, endangered a child, reckless situation to a child, aggravated kidnapping, interference with LEO, conceal, alter, and destroy evidence in a felony case, possession of opium, narcotic, and certain stimulants, possess with intent to use drugs paraphernalia into the human body. This case is just absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Now, it says at the top, I don't know if anybody knows why this is, it says redacted file. Whether that means this is just the redacted version, but I wonder why it's scribbled out. Let's get page 2 up. This is in the Discord. For those of you in the Discord, for those of you that aren't, email me. I'll send you a link if you want to be in the Discord. It's just where we all chill, chat, and people drop cases in there. And in between what I'm doing with families if I find something, I will, what's it called? I will cover it. Like this one was sent to me by Aurora. So on the 27th of the 1st, or the 1st of the 27th, if you're America, patrol officers were dispatched to a medical call at, and then the address is redacted, Topeka, Kansas, 666. Okay, we don't need to know all that. Dispatchers advised the call was pedantic, code blue, of a 5-year-old child. Oh, pediatric, sorry. At approximately 18:25 hours, Leah J. Corbin, date of birth, called 911 to report that she didn't think her daughter was alive. I'm guessing this is saying, it's all redacted, was breathing while on the phone with dispatch. Leah was speaking to a male in the background, later identified as her boyfriend, Kyle J. Vale, absolute scumbag. Leah stated, she's alive, she's alive, she's alive, when dispatch asked if her daughter was having trouble breathing. Leah said, I thought she wasn't breathing. I don't know what happened. I went to go and check on her because she went quiet. Leah said she thought, and then Willow's name's redacted, was not breathing, but she was breathing. When dispatcher asked what was going on with Willow, now Leah said she was not really sure and did not know. Leah confirmed she was with Willow, and dispatch asked if Willow was awake. Leah said she did not know and to hold on. She said she could speak to Kyle. Leah asked Kyle if Willow was awake, and she told dispatch Willow was not awake. When dispatched if Willow was breathing, Leah said Leah could be heard asking Kyle how Willow's breathing was, and he said, I don't know. Redacted said he thought he had a pulse. Who's redacted? But no, he's not sure. Okay. When dispatch asked if Willow was breathing, Leah said, she was a little bit when he came home and checked because I wasn't sure. I didn't want to panic, but he said there wasn't. He thought he got it back, but now he's not sure if she's still breathing or not. Dispatch asked Leah if she was by Willow right now, and Leah said, no, I'm trying to get my shoes on so I can go up there. Dispatch said they needed Leah beside Willow right now so Leah could help her. Dispatch gave Leah instructions on how to help Willow. Kyle and Leah both started talking to dispatch and confirmed they didn't hear or feel Willow breathing. Dispatch coached them through how to complete mouth-to-mouth and compressions with on Willow until the fire department arrived. Leah advised Kyle took Willow downstairs to the first responders. When officers met with Leah, she was holding her younger daughter, redacted. When officers arrived on the scene, the front door of the apartment building was locked. Kyle was then seen bringing Willow up to the front door to the building. Sorry, I'm late. Welcome, Shorty Small. Willow was naked and wrapped in a blanket. AMR and TFD began administering aid to Leah on the front steps of the building. Officers observed obvious trauma to Willow, to include what looked like severe bruising on the body, swollen eyes, bleeding on the head, possible burns covering a large portion of the body. Officers asked Kyle what happened to Willow. Kyle stated Willow has a history of pouring soap on herself, and if they downwash it off, see, this is really poorly written. Her quick enough that she would get what looks like burn marks, which he described as baked chicken. Kyle said he received a phone call from Leah at around 10:30 this morning, stating Willow was having a episode, pouring soap on herself and hitting her head against the wall. I'm sure she was. I don't believe that. I'm sure you guys don't believe that. But it is what it is. Let's go on to page 3. Now, page 4 is heavily redacted, as you've seen then. Okay. Disgusting this is. When officers made contact with Leah, she advised that Willow has aversion to water, which causes her not to want to take baths. Leah said when Willow refused to take a bath, she sent her to her bedroom to chill. Leah didn't hear any noises. Yeah, I hope you're feeling better, Shorty Small. When is their trial? I hope it's live streamed somewhere. I don't know. Kansas City, we'll have to ask our friend in the Discord if it is. Hello, I picked up a new medication. Thank you for asking. Well, good to hear. Leah didn't hear any noises coming from Willow and went to check on her in 30 minutes and found her unresponsive and called 911. Yeah, but why is she unresponsive? Come on. She didn't just go, oh, you know what? I'm going to stop breathing. I love how the parents in these cases are always blaming the child. Leah was mostly calm, talking with officers on the scene. That poor sweet baby, yeah. But she was not showing much emotion. She was not asking about the status of her daughter. How can you not? Leah told officer, we don't need to know his name. I tried to run her a bath and she wouldn't take one. Leah claimed that she refused to get in the bath but took some of the water into the bedroom. What? She just put the water in her pockets with a cup. Leah said Willow was splashing it on herself. Leah said she made Willow sit there, unsure where. She said Willow went really quiet. She claimed this to be normal. However, Leah said it was too quiet. What's too quiet? She either goes quiet or doesn't. And she went to check on Willow. Officer Sherlock asked how long it was before she checked on Willow. 30 minutes, Leah said to Kyle. That Kyle had gone to the store. Leah said she found Willow not moving. She said she called Kyle to make sure I wasn't panicking because I panic easily. Why would she call Kyle? You know, wouldn't it be the other way around, if anything? She said Kyle returned and confirmed Willow was not breathing. She said they then called 911. Fire personnel came inside to check to see if they could determine any obvious chemical smells or anything to tell them what it was. Fire personnel seemed to think the water in the closet smelled like laundry detergent. There were multiple green Gain laundry detergent containers inside Willow's room. SGT. Why would anyone leave such a young unattached in the bath? She didn't go in the bath. Apparently, she refused. But they wouldn't. Such BS. I'll agree with that. But it sounds like Hayden Manis, where they kept him in the bedroom, and also the young girl that we covered as well before, where they kept her in the cupboard. It sounds like that sort of situation. Yeah, it smelled like laundry detergent. SGT Janes showed fire personnel the possible skin pieces in the bathtub. Skin pieces in the bathtub? What the hell was going on? And they believed it to be skin as well. The apartment conditions were deplorable. There was trash and clutter all over. There were cigarette butts and other trash scattered about. SGT James saw a pipe on the table next to the bed in the living room. It had white residue and burn marks. Leah and Kyle were transported to the police station for questioning, and Willow was transported to Stormonton Vale Hospital. Willow was pronounced deceased at 1914. So 6:30, I believe they said police arrived. So within the hour. When officers and detectives arrived at the hospital, they suspected Willow suffered from severe abuse. Investigators noticed Willow was emaciated, and had what appears to be several burn marks, open wounds, and bruises all over her body. Willow's entire body was discoloured, and she had what appeared to be large marks or blood on her cheeks and eyes. Where was we? Cheeks and eyes. Oh, here we are. Both of Willow's eyes appeared to be swollen, and her right eye was black. Injuries consisted with cigarette burns were observed on multiple locations on Willow's body. So basically, mum and dad were high all the time. Mum and dad were high all the time. This isn't a case just of neglect. This is just in. Yeah, I'm guessing this is a photo. Looks like what could be a photo. I know that there are several photos in here. Let's have a look at the chat. It makes absolutely no sense why she could be asking Kyle and not immediately calling 911. Oh, she had to in case she was panicking. I'd be fucking panicking if I found my daughter in that condition. She waited for him to come home before calling 911. Well, we know why. Because then they get their story straight. Emaciate. Okay. Quam Talkie Janks. Okay, so this one again, redacted heavily, but there are some words that aren't, so we might be able to get a clue of what's in there. Oh, okay, so this was a 6 minute and 13 seconds recording adult female, so I'm guessing this is like a transcript. 2 minutes 20-second adult male. So again, looks like some form of transcript, maybe. I'm not sure. But hopefully one day we get this all unredacted and we can all sit here and scold these parents, because this is absolutely disgusting. How awful. Jinx. Yeah, let's have a look at this one. I mean, there's literally not much in it, but I'm going to want a copy. You can ask, I'll send it you. If anybody wants a link to the Discord, email me and I'll put that in the chat actually. So if you want a link to the Discord, just email me and I'll get it over to you. Advise that the only records they had for Willow was that she was 13 months old and treated for an urgent care clinic. Officers observed what appeared to be a glass pipe believed to be one commonly used smoking methamphetamine on a side table next to the bed in the bedroom belonging to Leah and Kyle. There was also a cell phone observed sitting on the bed. This bedroom, yeah, see, it's they're not quite sure like why it was called a bedroom. Is what would normally be a living room, but is being used as a bedroom. So it was a squat. Let's call it what it is. It wasn't a home. It was a squat. The one traditional bedroom of the apartment is across the hall from the bathroom and is full of misc items, but the only observable bed in the room is a mattress leaned against the wall. The bedroom had two fish tanks, one against the wall next to the closet. In the fish tank were multiple bottles of soap. I mean, and a roll of green tape and a yellow cordless drill. The door to the closet, maybe they was decorating. Don't judge them, people. Jesus Christ. The door to the closet had makeshift latch screwed to the wall and one to the folding door pictured below. Now that's going to be redacted. I don't get it. So this will be the picture. Yeah, smash the like. Inside the closet, there was no carpet and the flooring was bare concrete, which had visible standing water with what appeared to be soap. A white plastic bucket with an unknown liquid, a sock, and blue cup were visible within. After investigators had met, and then it's all redacted. It's absolutely disgusting. Okay, so here's the next one. I mean, it's just all redacted, but we've got some information on this page. Officers observed a bottle of peroxide sitting on the sink of the bathroom and bathtub that was halfway full of room temperature water. Cigarettes butts were observed on the bathtub ledge. A search warrant was applied for and granted for the residence. During the search of the apartment, investigators located numerous items of evidentiary value. The temperature of the hot water from the bathtub tap was tested with a digital probe thermometer and was 137 degrees Fahrenheit and 138 Fahrenheit at the tub faucet. Multiple bottles of dish soap were found throughout the apartment. Used green tape and two Velcro straps were found in and outside of Willow's closet. And then it gives you the measurements of what I think is the closet. A white bucket with what appeared to be urine was in the closet, as well as purple stripes sock. Presumed blood spatter confirmed by presumptive testing was seen from the. So here's what happened: they were fucking keeping her in the cupboard. Most likely, boyfriend give her something around the head because there was head trauma causing a permanent disability. So the likelihood here is with the blood spatter anyway. Now, I'm not an expert. If somebody wants to correct me or tell me I'm wrong, that's fine. But my opinion is boyfriend most likely give her a fatal blow and they kept her in this cupboard. That's my thinking. The overall state of the apartment was unhygienic, dirty and cluttered. Okay, let's go on to the next one, which is heavily redacted again. I'm guessing it's a photo, but let's see if we can find out what the photo is. Why so much soap everywhere? They weren't using it for cleaning anything. I know someone that used to bath with dish soap, and I mean, I get it on my hands, and my hands go all scabby. Closet to get very hot in the comparison to the rest of the apartment. Huh? I mean, did I miss a page? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Ah, yeah, I did. A very minimal amount of clothing of Willow's size, most of which appeared to have been buried or packed away under other items in the junk room. The clothing that Willow had apparently been wearing were found in a fish tank, and outside the closet door, redacted. The bathroom shower curtain had what appeared to be blood splatter on the inside of several drops around the tub ledge and base. A yellow scrub daddy. These are the kind of things that makes you hate humans in the. Okay, so the bathroom shower curtain had what appeared to be blood spatter and a yellow scrub daddy. Scrubber sponger on the ledge of the tub had what appeared to be dried skin stuck to it. A mop bucket in the living room. So they probably used this sponge to scrub her. What a fucking shame. A mop bucket in the living room had the same apparent dried skin on its edges at water level. Multiple paddles, both makeshift and as described in statements, were located, as well as numerous items used to secure the closet door shut. A trash bag in the hallway contained approximately 50 plus plastic grocery sacks, all individually tied shut with apparent human feces. 50 plus plastic grocery sacks, all individually tied with apparent feces. This is disgusting. People suck. That's why I have dogs. Oh, rescue. Rescue loves dogs. Of note, the toilet appeared to be in working order. Bloody clothing, towels. See, because she was in the cupboard, they kept her in the cupboard, and this is where these feces come from. Of note, the toilet appeared to be in working order. Bloody clothing, towels, and other items were collected. Multiple items to be used for physical restraint were also located. I'm telling you, she was kept in that cupboard. Blood detection reagent was used in the bathroom to look for any signs of possible blood. Preliminary testing shows that possible blood was located in the tub. On the tub ledge and down the side of the tub, it shows to be noted that the reagents reacted to proteins found in blood, and just because there is a blue, I'm not even going to attempt that word, glow, doesn't mean that there was a presence of blood, only the proteins that can be found in human blood. Redacted again. Investigators also reassembled the door and wooden barricade to the closet to be photographed for evidence. The below picture is a recreation of the barricaded door using the wood screws and pre-drilled holes that were already present upon the execution of the warrant. It should be noted that there is no light. This is really poorly written. But again, we don't judge who writes these because lawyers are constantly writing these things, and they're writing multiple, whether it's a defense attorney writing multiple for clients or prosecutors. So I'm not going to judge them on that. There is no light fixtures inside the closet, and when the black curtain is let down over the door, the inside of the closet is pitch black. There is also no air duct to facilitate air recycling, causing the interior of now this is going to be heavily redacted. Yeah. The interior of well, unfortunately I'm allergic to cats. Rescue says the same thing. Rescue, are you trolling me? So here you go. Closet got very hot in comparison to the rest of the apartment because there was probably a boiler room there. And then below, interview with Leah that's redacted. I think this is all redacted as well. Let's just double check. Where was the child's father? Child's father, he wasn't with mum. We don't know what the custodial rights was, but it does have kidnap on the charges. So maybe custodial interference was probably a better fit, not redacted. Let's have a look. Redacted. I just don't understand why they didn't give the precious baby to someone. You're having connection trouble, Frank. Am I? Thank you for letting me know, though. Okay, is everything all right? Not too bad. Everything seems all right on my side. Okay. Well, I think it's all redacted from here on out. Looking at the bottom, look. Sounds good here. Sounds good here. I think so too. Um, I think it's all redacted from here on out. Here we go. Sound is good. They say it's my phone, not you. You always have internet issues, Susie. You're always having something done to your internet. So this is the autopsy, all redacted. These statements were collected at the time of this writing. Leah's cell phone was reviewed following the application and approval of a search warrant. During the review, investigators found evidence of the abuse of Willow by both Leah and Kyle in their conversations with one another. Text messages between the two of them date back to the beginning of the 9th of December 2025. The same conversations are found in the phone belonging to Kyle. The below conversations is from the day of Willow's death. And then I'm trying to make sense of what it says here. With redacted being Leah and my rip being Kyle. That is strange. I hope they rot in jail. Yeah. You think you think the root has been the culprit? Okay, so we've got just two more pages of what's left. Oh, hang on. What's this? So we've got a link. Oh, it's all redacted. Oh, it's redacted. Okay. Okay. So 2 pages left, and what I mean by 2 pages is probably 2 paragraphs. Narcotics. On the 2nd of Lawler field tested the suspect methamphetamine substance using mobile detect multiple drug tests, which produced no reaction on the left side and orange color on the right, indicating probable methamphetamine detection. Okay. Page. Oh, Ruckus has sent me a message. I'm dying to see what that is. All of the aforementioned events occurred in Shawnee County, Kansas. Wherefore, the affidavit believes that there are no reasonable grounds and probable cause to believe. Oh, sorry, there are reasonable grounds. Sorry. That Kyle Joseph Vale has committed the crimes included in the complaint and praised the court issues a warrant for the arrest of the defendant. I verify under penalty of perjury the foregoing is true and correct. Executed on this 2 of February 2026. Signature Bradley Quills 101, Topeka Police Department. Well, don't just run off, Karen. I've still got things to say. Okay. So that is the affidavit. The arrest has happened. They are both going to rot forever and ever and ever. Let's hope we get a good jury. And whatnot. Blue Spark energy drink is today's sponsor. Yeah. Let's hope we get a good jury and they rot in hell. And I hope that they get some prison justice. I don't know why I've got jalapenos. Now, I went shopping today to get stuff for a chili. Jinx gave me the ingredients, and well, they had hardly any of what she asked me to get. So I just got the best I could. All the fresh veg in the store looked absolutely disgusting. So, and where it was good, I didn't trust it because of all the bad stuff. So, jalapenos. Okay, so that is that affidavit, and that is that case. This week, hopefully, we will be having on Auntie of Elizabeth. Just get up. It's going to be a kind of chilly. Yeah. Well, the thing is, chili here is very different to it is in America. And I always like the look of Jinx's, so I asked her for a recipe. Oh, I haven't got it. Okay, so if you go over to the lives, I interviewed the other day Elizabeth Green's dad. Auntie's going to speak to me because, well, hopefully she knows a bit more and can answer a bit more questions that Dad couldn't answer. Dad couldn't answer them because he's out of state. Nothing against him. He did a brilliant job in the interview. So did Maven. I would like to point out that Maven did a wonderful job asking questions. I even thanked her today in her live, and she praised me, which I like. She said that she likes my true crime stuff, and yeah, it was nice to hear. But anyway, so we're going to be having Auntie on, hopefully. Kipling's sister was very happy with yesterday's live, which is good. Oh, that's who matters, the family. She said that, well, she's been all over Facebook praising it. So that was good to hear. I was really pleased with her response because that's who I did it for. I don't know if we're going to be having her on in the future. I did mention yesterday that the offer will always stand there for her, which it will. But I don't know if it's for her. I don't know if it's the sort of thing she likes to do. I have a fish pie for my dinner tomorrow, so I'm going to be having fish pie. I will send you a message about the latest on the situation with my brother. Okay, yeah, that's brilliant. Thank you. You've got my email. It's pinned at the top. Yeah, thank you for that. So that is it, really, for tonight's live. Rose, really good to see you in the live chats, and I hope to see you again in the future. I've got some missing persons cases. There's not a lot of information. So what information I have gathered, I have set a live up, and one of the days that I'm not busy, we're gonna do a live. Maybe Rose wants us to cover a brother. I'm not sure what's going on there. I'll speak to Rose when she emails me, and yeah. If anybody watching wants a link to the Discord, just email me. It should be on my about section. Let me have a look. No, it's not. But Facebook, I don't know why, because I hardly use this Facebook. It's gone, so I've got to remove that link. Got to remove the other YouTube link. That's got to go. X, if you're on X, you can message me that way. There should be an email there, but anyway, it's at the top of the screen there for your Rose. Sorry, top of the chat. But yeah, my Facebook, they took my Facebook today. Rose, I hope everything will be okay with your brother. Oh, there you go. It's nice, it's short, it's small. Yeah, oh, Jinx is coming in with the. There we are, the Flora girls. Yeah, Jinx and Rescue do amazing work on Galen's Angels, going to see the graves and whatnot and keep them in tip-top shape. That is it from me, guys. I'm going to let you all go and you can go and do as you do. I was going to play that video for you, but it's playing up. So I thought go over the affidavit and we can all form our own opinions. We can all be our own experts. We don't need some lawyer expert from Law and Crime. Okay. Thank you all for coming. Hope to see you all again in the future. For anyone unaware, my brother vanished over 43 years ago. Oh, Rose, hello. I know who you are now. Okay, it's because I haven't seen you in chat before. Sorry. So now I know why. If you wrote it on Facebook to remind you, sorry about that. That's my bad. I don't get notifications for Facebook. But yes, of course. Message me on Facebook then. Because you've got my personal Facebook. So yeah, just drop me a message on Facebook and I'll get back to you. Justice for little Willow. Yeah. I hope everybody has a good night. If you haven't seen Rosie's video, go and check Rosie's video out. In fact, while we're here, I will get it and I'll drop it in the chat. Live. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Oh, trivia. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Oh, here it is. Benjamin. There we are. We had Rose on and we spoke to Rose for around about an hour, I think it was. I'm not sure. Let's have a look. Yeah, an hour and 5 minutes. And we went over her brother's case. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, just let me know. Okay. So, good night. This is the sad case of Willow. I've took her mother's last name out of the title. I don't believe she should be under her mother's last name. So, to anybody just coming in, go back to the beginning, watch the rest of the live. Thank you all for coming, and good night.